Over the last 38 years, everybody's favorite turtle-smashing, goal-kicking, and typing-teaching plumber has been a beloved and iconic figure in video games, movies, and TV. Outside of the Super Mario Bros. Super Show and the now infamous live-action movie, Mario has been adapted to the screen in more ways than you might realize. From lost and canceled children's shows to government PSAs,
they can hurt people or even kill them,
and even a brief stint on ice.
So now you've never played video games? It doesn't matter. You've never played video games until you played video games with the video prince.
This is the evolution of Mario on screen. Let's start by turning the clock back to the early 1980s. As the video game industry was recovering from its collapse due to an oversaturation of less than desirable games and consoles, Nintendo needed to solidify its place as the dominant name in the industry.
The latest video game craze to sweep the United States and Japan, it's called Nintendo.
And what better way to do this than to make your mascot a mushroom-loving Italian plumber? Not too long after his first appearance in arcades, Mario could be found on everything from lunchboxes to cereal to trading cards and even a Saturday morning cartoon, appropriately called Saturday Supercade. While Mario wasn't the main focus of Saturday Supercade, and his performance wasn't going to win him an Emmy anytime soon, what makes Saturday Supercade so unique is that Mario is not only a secondary character to Donkey Kong, but this is also the first time we hear his voice. Well, before his iconic Italian-American accent was ever established.
Now for the old Mario surprise attack!
A few years later, in 1986, a Japanese feature-length film called Super Mario Bros. The Great Mission to Rescue Princess Peach was released exclusively in Japan. Unlike Saturday Supercade, this hour-long animated film features a more traditional Mario and Luigi design and familiar elements from the games, such as Goombas, iconic locations, and Bowser as the main antagonist. The movie is a relatively faithful adaptation of the game's worlds, except for the ending in which a dog turns into an attractive prince that immediately steals Princess Peach from Mario.
Mario!
That's rough. 1989 was a busy year for Mario. In addition to the Super Mario Bros. Super Show, Mario found himself in not one, but 8 animated shows, movies, commercials, PSAs, and even a made-for-TV ice skating special in which a young Jason Bateman attempts the impossible and tries to explain the plot of the Mario games to an even younger Alyssa Milano.
It's a computer virus. It'll release all the evil forces stored up in the computer.
And we know how evil they can be.
Taking us out of 1989 is one of the most recognizable Mario adaptations yet. Even though the Super Mario Bros. Super Show is now set in the cultural zeitgeist, it's hard to believe that something as iconic as this only aired for 3 months, from September 4th to December 1st. The show featured everything you would find in an 80s children's show, from live-action segments
With a little piece of spaghetti on your overalls. Luigi.
to poorly drawn animation, and most importantly, the Mario rap.
We're faster than the others, you'll be hooked on the brothers.
The show is very much a relic of its time, but thanks to its earworm Mario rap theme song, Captain Lou Albano's eccentric take on Nintendo's plumber,
How about showing us some scenes from the next Legend of Zelda?
and the first glimpse of a Legend of Zelda cartoon,
Well, excuse me, princess.
it's not hard to see why so many people have fond memories of this campy take on the Mushroom Kingdom.
Do the Mario!
One of the stranger entries in the long history of Mario's televised appearances is King Koopa's Cool Cartoons. The now believed to be lost media involves an eccentric King Koopa in a Los Angeles studio who would toss to non-Mario public domain cartoons and give away Nintendo-related prizes to a live studio audience. While the show aired for 65 episodes over 2 months, it was only broadcast at a Los Angeles-based Fox affiliate and was never archived for syndication. Because of this, most of the show is missing, except for a few clips online, but judging from what's left of it, it's probably better off lost than found.
In for some fun! March to your post office and get your order in!
The next decade of Mario amalgamations kicked off with even more evolutions of the original 1989 Super Mario Bros. Super Show, licensed and produced by DiC Entertainment. In this era, each iteration skewed slightly from its predecessor by repackaging integral segments or introducing new characters from the franchise. The first of these repackagings was released in 1990, and it was called Club Mario. In true 1990s DiC cost-cutting style, Club Mario repackaged the original Super Mario Bros. Super Show, but swapped out the live-action segments with Mario and Luigi for a group of super cool, totally rad, Mario-obsessed teenagers, which resulted in probably one of the most 1990s shows ever created.
Club Mario, we're back!
Yeah, Tommy Tree Hugger, Peace Love Recycle.
Co-MC, stay real.
Needless to say, in very Mario Deke fashion, the show was canceled within a year and replaced with an even cheaper repackaging of Mario cartoons.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me, we gotta do Zelda tease, dude, huh? Zelda tease.
Okay,
you know what a
so
Zelda tease is?
we do-
It's when they waste 30 seconds of valuable airtime so they can waste time and not have to spend any money. Think the money goes to me?
We're going to Zelda. He's
No.
getting carried away. Don't listen to him.
The Adventures of Super Mario Bros. 3 capped off 1990, and unlike its predecessors, this show removed all live-action segments and featured a cartoon based on, you guessed it, Super Mario Bros. 3. While this iteration of the show may seem new, it was still a repackaging of a previous show, Captain N the Game Master, once again proving that DIC Entertainment will get the most out of its Mario cartoons with minimal investment. Not to be outdone by the prior show, Super Mario World marked the final chapter of DIC Entertainment Mario Productions, though more syndication followed in the years to come. Unlike its predecessors, this show removed all live-action segments and featured a cartoon based on, you guessed it again, Super Mario World. While this iteration of the show may seem new, it was still a repackaging of the previous show, Captain N the Game Master, finally proving that DIC Entertainment would get the most out of its Mario cartoons with minimal investment. This is where things get fun. Outside of animated repackagings, the early 90s saw a proliferation of live-action kids game shows with notable weekly series like Double Dare, What Would You Do, and Nick Arcade on Nickelodeon. Not to be excluded, Nintendo launched the Super Mario Challenge on the Children's Channel in the UK from 1990 to 1991, hosted by American magician John Lenihan as a cosplay Mario. Each night, a pair of kid contestants would compete playing various Mario video games to win the most coins or finish a level the fastest in a tournament. This would ultimately lead to an all-expenses-paid trip to the one place every child that loves Mario, Nintendo, and Japanese video games wants to go. Yup, you guessed it, Denmark.
Guys, that makes Chris the winner. Congratulations, yeah!
In what may be the most notorious Mario adaptation yet, 1993's Super Mario Bros. Was a live-action major motion picture starring Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo as Mario and Luigi, with the iconic Dennis Hopper as a human hybrid Bowser.
Sir, your pizza's here.
Not now.
Super Mario Bros. Was known for its infamous production issues, such as a multitude of wildly different script revisions ranging from a Mad Max-style desert race to a parody of Wizard of Oz, and even a version with Bruce Willis parodying his role as John McClane. It's reported the film's cast was regularly drunk during filming, and production ran into even more problems such as staff changes, a rigorous shooting schedule, and entire scenes being removed from the film due to their non-Mario and not very kid-friendly nature.
Now, Toad's a bit stressed. You'll have to excuse him if he's a little all over the place.
Notably, Super Mario Bros. Was the first ever Hollywood adaptation of a video game and the first in a long line of spectacular video game box office bombs.
He's got a bomb!
In a totally abnormal move by DIC the following year, the entertainment studio repackaged two previous productions in yet another animated series titled Mario All-Stars. This mashed up the Super Mario Bros. Super Show and Super Mario World. A mashup of a mashup of a mashup? Legendary. Mario has shown up on screen in several different fashions since then. We've seen him in everything from real-life car commercials to the opening ceremonies of the Olympic Games. But nothing has been as substantial as 2023's The Super Mario Bros. Movie. The film warps us back to a faithful rendering of the Mushroom Kingdom in all its glory in a brand new adventure. While some people have been critical of Chris Pratt's performance as Mario,
Mushroom Kingdom, here we come.
the voice casts of Jack Black, Seth Rogen, and others have helped bring the Mushroom Kingdom to life in a way that most Mario adaptations haven't been able to in the past. Will this version of Mario break free from the traps of previous efforts? Only time will tell. Either way, it's guaranteed to bring some coins to the box office.